What is up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday night watch talk. I am Bobby Legs. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am joined by some of my good watch friends. Dan, how are you today, man? And what do you got on
Doing
wrist?
good. Doing good. Today I have my Citizen.
Now, is that the one you got from Bai website in Japan?
This is from eBay.
eBay.
Yep.
I think it looks pretty cool.
I mean,
Case looks
it's
cool.
super titanium. The bezel's like integrated with the case, and it's
Let me do a
the
solo.
decagon.
The
Yeah.
profile looks cool of the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
nice and thin.
Mm-hmm.
Got nice facets on there. It's
Mhm.
kind of funky.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
Pretty.
Eco Drive. Did it come with that NATO, or did you put it on that NATO?
No, it came with like this really heavy duty leather strap, which doesn't really make
Yeah.
sense on this watch. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell is
Mhm.
going on.
Do you think that was stock, or was that just somebody that you bought it from and put it on there?
The leather strap? No,
Yeah.
that's the original leather strap.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay. Interesting
yeah.
choice, Citizen. Okay.
Yeah, because I saw reviews from a couple years ago, and it's the same exact
Mhm.
strap.
Mhm. You like Citizens a lot, don't you?
This is my first Citizen.
Oh, really?
Talk about them a lot
This is
though.
my first
Yeah.
Citizen. Yeah. I mean, the problem with Citizen is that they got a lot of cool stuff, but they got a lot of terrible watches.
Yeah.
The really bad mall watches that are just god awful.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like a more like so like they're definitely a step above like um Invicta for sure.
Oh yeah,
In my opinion. But yeah, they have some bad ones, right? They have a lot of bad ones.
they
But
got some really ugly ones, man.
I guess you cast a wide net and you hope that you'll catch some fish, with some of these.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, like because you have some dogs in there, everybody associates the brand that way.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Like Frederic Constant gets kind of a bad rep, even though they have some decent pieces, but a lot of like ones you scratch your head on and be like, I don't know about that. Um, Chads, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, yeah, doing good. Good to be on here with these two legends on the Bobby Legs extravaganza.
Yeah, I
Uh,
like that.
got
Oh yeah,
the
there she is. Oh
It's
yeah,
pretty.
Zen
yeah. You got it.
103 Classic 12
Yeah.
on Artem sailcloth
Beautiful.
for
Very
warm
nice.
weather. Yeah. So,
You got a nice little 1-2 punch there with the gray side for Chronos, man. That's
yeah, I love it. I love this one. And I like chronos in general.
yeah.
I think not that I'm timing races or anything, but Um, I just like the look of the sub dials on a chrono, and
Yeah.
I just like the way it works. Just a neat complication.
I,
I'm
I
not
like
like Wolfie. I'm into useless complications.
yeah. I like Chronos. I just can't seem to keep them in my collection for some reason.
Yeah, you hadn't found the
Because
right one.
yeah, I keep on. That's what I keep on telling myself. I need to find the right one. Hopefully,
Yeah,
some point this year I will. Because I have my eye on a couple of things.
I believe in
Um,
you, Rob.
what
I
was that?
believe in you. I
I
believe
believe
in
it.
you.
Thanks, man. I
You're
appreciate
gonna
it.
get there.
I'll get there. Hey,
Yeah.
Colin, what's up, man?
I'm looking at some watches right now.
Yeah. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. What
You guys got me looking at websites
yeah.
with
No, I
the
mean Amin does it all
pre-show
the time.
talk. Yeah.
Amin does it all the time, so it's all
Mm,
right.
yeah.
What do you got on wrist tonight?
I'm wearing my GMT
Oh,
Master
okay.
today.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
What do you got on the computer right now? What are you looking at?
I got Crown and Caliber up.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
like to check the recent
it's got
arrivals.
flash sale. It looks like, and
Hmm.
whole lot of tags and tutors that I've been seeing so far.
Yeah, I've
And
been seeing a lot of tutors on like Moda,
mm,
and on eBay, and some of these other gray market dealers. It looks like those new releases are starting to hit. Um, They're
I
for
feel like
sale.
they really haven't had as much legs as previous versions, right? Like
Hmm.
the Diet Pepsi or the 58s in the past have kind of had that, good 6 months where they're kind of trading at elevated prices.
Yeah,
But from what I've seen, people are trying to do that, and no one's biting.
it's
No,
not
yeah,
working, and it's
no.
not like um their the recent releases anyway. The big ones, the ones that we're talking about, the Black Bay Pro,
Yeah,
the Steel and Gold,
the root beer.
GMT, the root beer,
Yeah,
right? We're not talking about like, um, I mean, they've received some fanfare, right? People were excited. I mean, I know
they're
I
nice
was.
watches. A lot of people liked them, but no
Yeah,
one wants to pay up for them.
I
It
guess
seems.
not. Do you think that Tudor kind of misjudged the market there? Like, was it
No,
should they have staggered that release? Like, not release two GMT style watches at the same time, or
I don't think it's Tudor's fault. I just
yeah,
think it's,
people
people.
trying to make a market and it's not working.
There's a whole
Hmm.
like onslaught of watch collectors who are just have no idea that watches go down in value.
Yeah.
Like that's par for the course. Anyway,
Well,
sorry.
hold on to that thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
no, that's we're gonna be talking about that. And I got my Submariner. Can't stop reaching for
Beauty.
it.
Love is in the air.
Love is
I
in
can
the air
feel
for
it.
sure. Let's say hello to the chat, and then we'll start with the topics. Hey there, Neff. Nice to see you. Hey, Rob is wearing his Pam. Bill K, what is going on? How you doing? Stefan, how you doing? And thanks again. I sent you an email. Marceau, what is up? How are you? Peter C, hey there, buddy. James is here. Deech is here. Steve is here. What is up? Ep is here. How you doing? Whoa, I got a little jumpy over here with the chat. Let's go back here. Sam is here. How you doing, Sam? Steve, Mr. Cassioke, Young Excellency. Hey, Caliber, YQG. Pale Horse is here. How you doing? Um, Solid panel. Thanks. Thanks. I try. We got some good guys here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the background we have the award show from the and Straps. So you guys deserve a round of applause for sure. Mez9 is here.
Oh,
Kevin
heard
S is
it.
here. 1105 is here. Hey, Chris is here, and he's wearing his PRX. Good for you, man. That's a great watch. Paul is here. Uh, Kevin S is saying, I love seeing Bobby and Colin trying to talk about the Japanese watches. Well, dude,
I don't really
I like
try.
them. I like them. I mean, I like Citizen. I'm trying
I
to get
don't.
to.
I owned one once. I had an Eco
uh,
Drive
uh,
back a
Symphony
long time
for the
ago.
bezel. Don't mean to get off topic, Bobby here, but I have a Damasco question. What happened to all the DA models? All they have now are the basic three-handers and really expensive chronographs. Well, I know they were trying to move into their, so-called in-house movement, and so I know that's been their focus, and they do have some expensive chronographs, right? I mean, much more than I think they should be playing. I mean, they're at a certain level, right? They're tool watch German watches, them in Zen, and I think they have a good sweet spot in the $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 range there, and anything getting close to that $3,000 range or above, I think they're just playing at a different level than they need to be. But still great watches. And I like the fact that they're going in house. They're trying to go in house. That gives me a lot of confidence in the brand that they're at least trying. I like to see that. Although those three handers with the added movements, I'd probably go with them, and if you get some good ones for under 800, $900 online in the secondary. Anyway, Kevin S. He wouldn't compare Citizen to Francie. I I'm sorry, but I didn't really mean to compare them. I meant like kind of like they have like some part of their catalog is pretty bad, and maybe there's more upside to Citizen and more good. Um, anyway,
Kevin S will draw swords with you over at Freddie C.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, he'll draw swords over a lot of things, so you got to watch out.
But he likes Freddie C, or he likes
Oh,
Citizen.
I think he's a big Freddie C fan.
Really?
Yeah, huge Freddie C fan.
Huge.
Yeah, Kevin S. Oh yeah, huge.
No, I think he actually likes Citizen better than Freddie C.
Mm.
Jeff wearing his Zin U50 Mother of Pearl, man. He loves that watch, but he's got
Oh,
a
wow.
crush on the new
It's a
porcelain
cool watch,
Seikos.
actually.
With the U50 or the porcelain Seikos.
Yeah.
U50 Mother of
U50.
Pearl. I think that's a cool watch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, me
it's
too.
grown on me for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Kevin saying there is always a ton of Tudor on sale in a secondary.
Yeah, but okay, I'm looking at Crown and Caliber. Sorry to interrupt.
No, please.
They have 27 Black Bay 58s for sale
Wow.
in their
Wow.
sale. Like, talk
Wow.
about having a lot
27 Black Bay 58s.
I mean, between the bronze and
No, I
the
get it. It's still a
silver
lot.
and the
That's-
blue and the black.
Oh yeah.
but yeah,
You
Wow.
see a lot of those for sale, don't you, on the secondary market?
you do.
Yeah, but I mean, but with Crown and Caliber, like the 20 had to have 27 of them. I've never seen them have 20. I've never seen them have that many. That's
They've
interesting.
been hoarding them. Doing a little Joran action. You know?
I guess I don't know if that's the
Market
mountain you
making
wanna,
at its finest.
yeah. Eb just picked up the Black Bay Pro on bracelet and loving it. Awesome.
Mm.
Awesome.
Does your neck hurt? Inside joke.
Hey, and BB's here. He won the monster. We'll be sending that out to you in the
Congratulations.
next day or two, BB, and I'll send you the tracking as well.
I'm glad it went to someone who's watching the channel and not just in it for the sweepstakes.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. I mean, but look. I mean, I don't really mind. It doesn't really bother me if somebody comes in for the first time, as long as they stick around and get to be part of the community. That's all that matters.
Did you explain to him about the super chat?
I didn't say that.
Yeah. Traditionally, winners super chat $500. I mean, it's not mandatory. I'm just saying what
No,
most people
totally
do.
optional. Yeah.
Yeah.
So silly.
But
But Dan brought up a good point the other day. He was like, you should make longtime subscribers have their like a more of a weighted entry, so their one entry counts for war. I don't know how I would do that, Dan, but don't worry. Well, one of these days you'll win. I know you will. Hey, Anish is here. How you doing, buddy? Dave is here. What's going on? Dib is here, and Dib is a fan of the Black Bay 58. He's also a fan of Good Deals. Yeah, thanks, Dib.
Dib loves Good Deal.
Oh, there's Sanjay. And let's see here. What's up? Chris is saying here from the Watch Lounge, what's happening is people are buying the Tudors as a stepping stone to their big Rolex buy with the same AD, or making the mistake of buying a Tudor when they really want a Rolex.
Good point.
When I bought my Black Bay 58, the dealer that I bought it from didn't sell. It's not a Rolex AD. But I just like the watch. The snowflake hands is really what sold me the watch, and I got rid of it when I bought the sub, because I just felt like the two of them just wouldn't compete. Now, if I had a sub date, I probably would have kept the Black Bay, but because this one is a no date, it felt a little redundant, so that's why I got rid of it. And the Black Bay Blue. The Blue 58 I bought as well, and that was just silly. I shouldn't have done that. Thanks, Chris. Just super chat, Chris. Thank you, 499. Just because awesome panel. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
I
man.
really, really appreciate it. 11:05. Buying. Oh, this Tudor's going to be a hot topic tonight. I have a feeling. Buying a Tudor is not a mistake. Great value for money, considering what you get for in price, and little and no hype involved. Oh, you guys pressured BB to do BB.
I feel bad.
Yeah, come on. You did not have
That's the
to
way to
do it, but
roll,
thank
man.
you. But thank you. Anyway, I appreciate it, and I hope you're gonna enjoy that monster. That's such a cool watch. The strap
Yeah.
on it, it's like butter. It's a really cool watch, man. Uh, Congrats again. Neff, I bought a Tudor just because I couldn't get the Rolex and I refused to pay over retail. Also, didn't hurt to build on the relationship. Thing is, I love the watch, so all good. Yeah.
First watch I bought from working towards the Pepsi was a Black Bay 58. Really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Yeah. And did you enjoy? I mean, like, how long did
Yeah,
you keep
it's a
it
great
for?
watch.
Yeah.
I kept
Yeah.
that for a while.
Yeah.
It's a good watch.
So if you were I miss my Black 58 and kind of like it more than my Submariner. So I definitely love my Submariner more than I love my Black Bay 58, but I do at times miss Black Bay 58, and I think what it is I just miss those snowflake hands, and hopefully I'll I'm waiting on a on the diet root beer, and hopefully I get that one of these days, and hopefully that'll satisfy the snowflake hands and that kind of like Tudor, I mean, a Rolex root beer that I really want to get one day. Can't really afford that right now, but hoping I get the same feeling out of it. Um, Kevin S says buy Tudor if you like Tudor and not if you want Rolex. That's good advice for sure. Kevin loves his Black Bay 58. Tudor is great. A lot of Black Bay 58s in the chat, right? I mean, it's
Everybody gets one at one point,
yeah, right.
pretty much.
I never had
Except
one.
Dan. Except Dan.
Dan will never get one.
Maybe Chaz too, because
It's too small for Chaz.
our big-wristed fellas here, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a Black Bay 41. I really liked it. I
Yeah.
think it's a great watch. It didn't stick around, but it wasn't because it wasn't a good watch. It just didn't last.
Yeah.
As so many do. But good watches. Great. I've had a couple of Tudors. They're good.
Tudor's a great watch, says Chris. And I love the brand. I'm just saying people are trying to fulfill that Rolex urge with it and love Tudor, and I want a Black Bay Pro myself. Rob is never getting rid of his Pelagos. Here is random Rob. Hello, guys. I wore this several day. It is the best. Yeah, it is, man.
You guys have something in common there, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Mezzanine loves the aesthetic. Paul wants one. Justin dislikes the Black Bays, probably due to my dislike of pirates, wild creatures. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Dan, is that why you dislike the Black Bay 58 or never get one?
Because of pirates?
Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, like, yeah, maybe.
It's not titanium.
There you go.
Well, okay. So if they came out with a titanium Black Bay 58, would you?
No, not really.
You have a Pelagos, though, right? Do you?
I had.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Nilo's saying, Bobby Legs, do you take bribes for next month's?
Yeah, I want next
giveaway?
one.
I tried.
No way. I never
tried.
do. I never take any bribes. I'm straight.
Never.
Never. I never do. So.
Super chats might help, guys. Maybe.
We don't say those kinds of things out loud.
This is going to turn into an Archie Peg stream pretty quick
No,
here.
I'm going to turn it off. Mezzanine with birds. Speaking of birds, just quick sidetrack of the. I know this is like for the parrots, but I saw an oriole today on at the bird field. Haven't seen one since it's been in the property. My wife has seen it, orioles a couple times, and here is I couldn't get the camera fast enough, but there was an oriole and a blue jay at the blue feeder. So it was like Baltimore, Toronto.
There you go. It's an omen.
Rob is saying it's best to just own them all. Sub Pele by 58. BSL.
Preach.
Yeah, I mean,
What's a
I
BSO?
I just was gonna just keep on going past
Bradley
that.
Super Ocean.
Oh yeah, Bradley Super Ocean. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, Chad.
Oh,
Chad's for the
Brayling
win.
Super. Good job, Chaz.
James says I witnessed my AD push Tudor on someone looking for a Rolex. He sold it at full retail within 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you give them
Yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
spiel of
Yeah.
if this is a, it's the same company, blah blah blah, and you pour it on
This
thick,
is
I can see you buying it.
This is the sister brand. It's made in the same. Yeah, they
Yeah.
got all the
Right.
buzzwords,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The Blue Jay left, so win goes to the Orioles. To Baltimore. Okay, so while we have good discussion on Tudor over here, it's kind of sort of related to what I want to talk about, and that's what's going on with the market right now. I know it's popular on YouTube to talk about the market crashing and whatnot, and I think that's a little bit of conjecture. I think that's probably overstating or blowing it out of proportion. I personally don't think that what we're seeing in the watch market is is a crash. It's more like things are just pulling back a little bit, right? But what do you guys think, and what do you think is actually happening right now, right? And I know we talked about this ad nauseum recently, especially. But what do you now a week later from the last time we talked to this on a stream? Like, what do you see the market doing for the next few weeks, months to a year? Colin, what are your thoughts about the current market at this time?
I honestly haven't been watching it too close, but
Hmm.
I did take a peek today at, where I like to look for watches, and I see a lot of people selling for a lot less money than, they would have a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um, Now, let's not mistake it. The run up in the past 4 to 6 months has been totally ridiculous. I mean,
Hmm.
it's just been going straight up on a lot of these hype watches. So I think this is just kind of pulling back to
Yeah.
the natural progression of things. I don't think they're crashing per se. I do see some well established dealers in these groups who are definitely selling things for a lot cheaper than they normally would. And it looks like they're trying to just get out of some stuff. They're
Hmm.
trying to raise some capital so that they can probably buy back in at a lower value. And so they're not stuck holding a lot of inventory, which is causing other people to do the same. And it's kind of creating the snowball effect. And it's, decent buying opportunity for people who, you know, I'm still not buying a gray market Rolex. They're still
Yeah.
stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Um, but there might be the opportunity. Like I said, you want a Black Bay 58, you might be able to get one under $3,000. You want a Seamaster, you might be able to get one under $4,000.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get one under $4,000. Um, there might be some deals in those kinds of watches that people, just want to get out of.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think it's going to continue this slide? I'm just going to call it a slide. I'm not going to call it like a nosedive. Um,
I think
or
there's
or you think it's going to be a nosedive?
I don't think it's going to be a nosedive, but I think this has some legs for a
Mhm.
while.
Yeah.
Eh, just like when it went up, it didn't slow down easily, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to stop something once it starts, especially once, like you said, the YouTubers are kind of saying, you know, um, the watch market's crashing, all this clickbaity stuff, and it's
Hmm.
just planting the idea in people's heads, and everyone's, even people who don't know anything, the casual watch collectors are snarky in comments online. Oh, the watch market's crashing. I'm not buying that, and
Yeah.
it's just everyone thinks they know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
it's probably good for the hobby. Like I said, I mean, there's a whole generation of watch collectors who do not know what the real
Right.
like five
Hmm.
ten years ago, what it was like collecting watches. You buy
Yeah.
a watch because you like it,
Yeah.
and expect to lose 20, 30, 50, 70% on it,
Right.
So it's fine. Might be some deals.
Dan, what do you think?
I think is more have to do with the economy than just the isolated watch market.
Mhm.
You know, when the cost of gas and food is so high, you're gonna prioritize watches or food on the table. It's
Yeah.
so that has to do with it. I think the trend is gonna continue. Um, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think the floor is gonna fall out, but it's gonna slowly trickle down. I mean, everybody puts the benchmark on like the white Daytona. Everybody's like, that's the
Mhm.
the canary in the coal mine. But I mean, I've been looking at even like forums, like all the cheap stuff that usually gets snatched up quick. Like people are bumping up their thread for like weeks on end, lowering the price more and more. Like so, I've seen this. I saw this coming, and
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to continue as long as the economy is, as long as I still have to pay $90 to fill up my car. It's like it's going to continue.
Mm.
It might be more than a year before it really bounces back up.
Yeah. What do you think, Chaz?
Well, I think it's going to go back. First of all, I think it's going to go back more to normal. Like I think that's what Colin was saying. What we've seen in the last two plus years is not normal. That's the aberration.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in 2018, I went with a buddy of mine to pick up. He was getting a Rolex, and walked in an AD. He was picking up a sub, and there was a Explorer 2 there, polar dial, and the AD tried to sell it to me right then. I could have walked out of that with a watch with no sales tax. He said, "I'll knock off the sales tax," which amounted to about a 9.8% discount, and that wasn't unusual. That was it wasn't you didn't always see a Daytona sitting in the cabinet, but you always saw an Explorer 2, and you could get one anywhere. You could get several models readily available of Rolex. I think we're going to get back closer to that. Maybe not on every model, but I think you're going to see a lot more things available. I don't think people are going to snatch them up as much if they don't instantly double in price.
Right.
And so I think you're going to see more of that. But basically, I got into watches knowing that it was most of the watches I bought. I knew when I bought them, they weren't going to make money.
Mhm.
I was trying just not to lose my shirt.
Yeah.
I knew they were going to fall off. So I just bought watches I liked and tried to get as good a deal as I could. And I'm still doing that. I've never played in that rarefied air myself. So I think it can be a positive thing. It's a negative thing, first of all, because I don't think any of us want to see the economy crashing.
No.
That's bad for all of us, irrespective of watches. Dan's talking about the price of fuel, and just my wife was at dinner tonight talking about we may become part-time vegans. A little pack of steaks that we got were on sale
Crazy.
were terribly
Ridiculous.
expensive.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's just when you get that kind of thing going, across the board, people have less disposable income. I'm like Dan. I see a lot of watches not selling, even though they're lowering the prices.
Yeah.
So first of all, that's a negative. The economy doing bad is not good for any of us. But as an enthusiast, it may be an opportunity to pick up a watch that you couldn't have really bought last year. A model that may have cost $7,000 or $8,000. You may be able to get it for $5,000 or $6,000 this year, and it's not bottomed out yet. I don't think we're calling this a crash. Any of us are. It's more of a correction back to normal. and normally watches were not, appreciating assets.
Mm.
They very few watches ever.
Select few. Yeah.
Right. There was a few models that always did that, and there probably will always do that. But most watches are not appreciating things. They're things we like and enjoy, but like a car, a nice car. Very few cars appreciate in value. So I think we're going to go back to more normal.
So here's a question. So you mentioned, going to the store and actually being able to buy some things. What do you think is gonna like? I just want to go back to a time when I could buy a date just like like something like that, where it's just like they don't even start a conversation about date just anymore. Like that's crazy to me. You know, I would just love to see that happen. Maybe it gets back to like, hey, there's a Milgauss, hey, there's an Explorer. That might be nice. Like get back to like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I think we're going to see that. I really do. I just think there's less incentive for people to speculate on these things, for there to be backdoor deals, gray market guys trying to scoop up all these, models to speculate with. If there's still going to always be hot models that are probably going to do that, but across the board, just I don't think it's going to. I think again, I'm no Nostradamus. I don't know this for sure, but I've got a feeling that we're going to see a lot more available to buy than are people wanting to buy coming up as this gets worse.
Yeah. Let's catch up with the chat for a bit here and then get back to the discussion. B-Dev is saying, I think it's too early to talk about a watch market crashing, but will slow down because of the U.S. inflation and gas prices. Not that much disposable income compared to last year. Orange Hand saying, watch market is like physical Bitcoin. No one needs this stuff, and it should never have climbed so high. Seamaster below 4K every day, Dib is saying, and I think he would say that it's a good deal.
I'm seeing Seamasters at like 4 on Crown and Caliber. So
well,
you can
here's the thing, like why I think I see, depending on which watch you're following, you may see some slip quicker than others. So speaking of the Seamaster, I have been enamored with the two-tone Seamaster, the blue dial with the set and the gold, right? And that watch is new, is 7,200. I'm seeing in the pre-owned market now, those watches, it's pre-owned, maybe they're new, maybe they're not, no, well, not yet, but I'm seeing
I sent you one.
No, well, here's what I'm getting at. So, so a couple of weeks ago, I was seeing them in the low sixes, right? And now, and then about a week or two, they're starting to dip under 6, right? You sent me one yesterday.
5,300 was
5,300. I'm watching one on eBay. I'm watching several of them on eBay, and I've been getting offers from the sellers, one for 5,000 now. So, and plus tax, you're looking at 5,300, like around the number that you're getting at, right? So, and at 5,000, that's less than the regular stainless steel Sealmaster at
list.
Yeah. And so that to me is like, okay, well, this is starting to slow down. Now I get it. Two-tone, not as popular. You're always going to see more of a deal on those. But if you start seeing those like going under 5,
dude, if you start getting those low to mid 4s,
that's bananas. I mean, I don't know if it's going to go, but maybe it is. And there's part of me that I think, and I agree with you guys. I'm not calling this a crash. It's more of a little bit of a correction. I think it's going to keep going down. I don't know if that's actually my real opinion or me just having wishful thinking, right? But I think we're going to see prices come down a little bit more and a little bit more. Things are going to be more available. We're going to get more. Probably maybe getting more calls to pick up Rolexes for some of us that are waiting.
You think so? Do you think so though?
maybe because of economic conditions, people are going to be passing up some opportunities.
I guess.
That people are going to are scared of the wrong people who are on these lists, the wrong people who are speculating. Those are the people that I think are probably going to be a little bit gun shy in the next couple of months.
The guys
Um,
who are
so we'll see. I mean, that's just, again, is that wishful thinking, or is that like my real, like,
I'd love to get a Kermit.
well, that may always still be difficult to
Oh,
get.
I
I'm
know.
talking about, like, subs, or even maybe like a
Hmm.
Batman or something like that. Um,
Yeah.
but those might be just difficult, no matter what the economic conditions are. But I think we're going to see a lot more watches become available, and we're going to see some good prices. I saw a BP 43 in person a couple weeks ago, right?
It's nice. Real
Um,
nice.
I've been watching that BP online, and it's going down and down and down.
Yep.
Yeah, and
That's the
getting
kind of
offers.
watch.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's another watch that I would love to add one day, and I called it the best release last year. That was my favorite release last year.
Hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. I think there's still more room to go down. You know, and so let me finish up with the chat here, and then maybe we talk about, like, what our particular strategies has it changed in the last couple of weeks of what we're going to do in the next, from now to the end of the year in regards to purchasing. Kevin says the downturn will wipe out some of the ridiculous run up, as Colin said. No nosedive, but it will be leveling off. Good buying opportunity. Um, the tubers are experts. LOL. Um, the entire market is correcting, and we may experience a recession.
Yep.
Um, I was gonna say, I would hate to be timepiece gentleman right now. Yeah, if he's stuck with a lot of hype watches, that could be a problem. Nefis, I just want to see the PF Tonda 1950 get back to 25% off retail value. Those have been going up in price, or has been recently, right? Because the newer Parmigianis are getting difficult to get, right?
Waitlist.
So yeah,
Waitlist.
waitlist. So it's
Yeah.
trickling down
That
to old Parmigiani.
that was the indicator for me when I heard that
Yeah,
that the
that we
watch
reached
market
the
was
top.
too
Is
hot.
too hot. Yeah,
You're getting on a 2-year wait list for Parmigiani.
yeah. Chris is saying all of the new money in China, once they open up, will fluctuate things, their technology going through their industrial revolution, like we did here in America. Yeah, but they're clamping down in China, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
China's been like closed, right?
They're on
For
the
like
lookout.
Shanghai's been closed for a couple of weeks, but
like 2 months. Yeah.
but I think the that government is really, like, what happened to Jack Ma? Like,
Oh,
nobody's ever heard of Jack Ma recently, right? Like,
He's
it's like,
gone.
what
no
happened
one's
to him?
heard from him yet.
I think
He's gone.
he may have said something like about a couple weeks ago, but, like,
Yeah.
you got to be careful. You can't be too you can't make too much money in China,
Mm,
or be too capitalistic, outwardly capitalistic, because they'll put the clamps on you, man.
mm.
So we'll see. And that real estate market there is in big trouble. It's been in trouble for a little while.
Mm.
Um, as soon as I heard
That
that
was me.
oh, that's you.
I already said. I just said that.
uh, the economy's. I don't think the economy's crashing. I think the economy's
Kind of
actually.
feels like it
Well, the stock
though.
market is taking a beating, but we know the
It
stock market and the
is.
economy are
So
two
is real
different things.
estate. I mean, there's a lot of indicators now. Real estate is
Yep.
starting to correct as well.
We'll see. I'm not calling the economy crashing quite yet.
No,
No, I'm not.
8.5 inflation.
Yeah, but I
Definitely
think I, I
recession.
think I think it's cooling. I think that's going to cool down soon.
Nah.
Um,
Mm,
James Duffy saying the Japanese yen tanks, so get in the market before it rebounds, or will sellers adjust their prices. Um, Good deals on Sakura. Um, Paul said, I got into the hobby expecting to lose money. Enthusiast, not a speculator. You can be both. I just choose not to play that game.
yeah, he's good at losing money.
Kevin is just saying, don't go to just Chaz. Don't go gluten free. It's super expensive.
Yeah, there's no
Man,
danger there.
Yeah.
man, Yeah.
Extra gluten, please.
Yeah.
Dude, my wife picked up like these gluten-free, I think by accident, like the Whole Foods version of Apple Jacks or I'm sorry, Cheerios with the cinnamon. So bad. Oh, it was so bad. And then the worst part is it smelled good. It smelled like cinnamon heaven. And I'm like, this is gonna be it's so terrible.
Is it the texture or the flavor?
No, it was the flavor. It was just the flavor. I had to mix it in with some like granola just to make it passable. Let's see here. I think Rolex watches will never traditionally trade. I think Rolex watches, which never traditionally trade above retail, will be more readily available, like the Explorer 2, Datejust, and some OPs. Hey, what is happening, Nero? Thanks for joining. All this DG talk is giving me agita, enough says.
Agita. It's agita.
Agita, right? What did I say?
Agita.
I don't know what it is.
Right.
I honestly don't know.
Agita? Isn't it agita?
Yeah.
Okay. Dib, my favorite spread from Costco has gone up $3. I'm sweating.
It's not a deal.
No
You
idea.
gotta look for a deal, Deb.
Chris here. Panel's thoughts on the new pink Bubba Watson RM. Have you guys seen this?
I just
Haven't
looked it
seen
up
it,
when I
yeah.
saw his comment. I mean,
Okay.
if you want a pink watch, okay, sure. A pink, I don't know how much it is, probably $500,000. Not really my area of expertise.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it and share. I think I got it. Share screen here. Is
Not
this
the
it?
first RM I'd buy. No,
Or
Yeah.
should be a Bubba Watson?
I think it's the other one, the one with the pink on the bezel. The one
This
with
one right here?
them wearing the stupid shirt up there. Yeah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. I think.
Ooh.
No, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough.
Can we call it the Pepto?
The white one's better. The white one's better.
Yeah.
Pepto.
Yeah, I agree. The white is better.
What was the jingle? Pepto Bismol. Something diarrhea. Anyway, okay. Forget
Heartburn, indigestion,
Yeah.
diarrhea. Yeah,
Yeah,
something,
something like that. Yeah,
upset stomach, diarrhea. Yeah,
yeah.
it's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah.
Gluten-free pasta is the worst. Agreed. Only gluten-free pretzels are good. Super crispy. That's the thing. Like that, those Cheerios were like super crispy. Like, Tate's cookies. They make like a gluten-free chocolate chip cookie. It's actually pretty good.
It's
Anyway.
nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. That's what it is.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anything
It's got
gluten-free
it all coming back to you now.
tastes like sawdust. Italians in Canada. Steve is saying, try Cheerios with Kentucky bourbon, Bobby. Whoa, Steve. I had never expected you to pull that one out.
Sneaky.
Holy
That's
cow.
a sneaky thing.
All right.
That's the sneaky cereal.
Angina? No, it's agita. And
Agita.
there is angina,
I
right?
don't know what agita is.
It's like heartburn or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. There's not a
Anxiety,
explanation.
stress, or aggravation.
Yeah.
Like agitation, I imagine it comes from.
Went to buy some Greek yogurt yesterday. It was $10.99. Oof.
What?
That is bananas.
It's
That is
yogurt.
bananas. Yeah, Kevin, breakfast of champions. Okay, so now the way things are, the way things we think are going to progress in the next couple months, maybe to the end of the year, collecting strategy. I mean, are you Dan? You're kind of like an anomaly, but
Why?
because you really seriously just buy whatever you want and you just find the best deal. I think
Yeah.
you're like the most pure collector I know, actually, when it comes to that. What is your? Are you going to keep the same thing? Are you looking? Do you have like a set of watches that you're always looking for, and if you find that them at a certain price point, no matter what is going on, you're gonna pull the trigger on, or are you gonna just wait and see?
I don't have any actual goals or directives for collecting this year, or going forward for the recession. But I just like I'm like grazing. I just looking at everything. I'm eating grass. If there's a flower nearby, I'll eat the flower. But
Mm,
I think a good strategy would be vintage Rolex, because there's a finite amount of them. They're not making more of them. So
mm. Okay.
if you see the vintage
I like
market
that.
have a slump, I would say get in there, because who cares about a white Daytona? I mean, in this time they've made millions of them, so it's like it's not a rare watch, but uh, uh, an original Kermit, like the old aluminum bezel Kermit, if you can find
Mm,
one good condition and the price comes down a little bit because of this recession, I'd say buy that. That's You can enjoy it, wear it lightly,
hmm
and you'll make money. But like a new Kermit, they're gonna make that for years, and they're gonna pump those out. I mean, the original Kermit, the aluminum one,
They're
didn't
cool.
sell. I mean,
Yeah.
when they were new, they didn't sell. People were discounting those. So
hmm
a current Kermit, they're so hot that they're gonna make millions of them. So I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, anything vintage that's like a Rolex and is kind of hot, I would say go for it. Yeah, but condition is everything. Don't
Mm,
buy a, a vintage
mm
Submariner that's all beat up.
yeah.
It's good advice, Dan.
Mm. Chaz,
I
what
like
say
that.
you? What are you looking at for the rest of the year?
Well, I mean, I started this year saying I'm going to go a lot slower, than I did last year. And in some ways, that's been the case. I haven't made as many or as big of purchases so far. Uh, the docs had kind of threw me off because I didn't see that one coming. And I
Yeah.
didn't really know it was going to grab me the way it did. And I didn't have time to, when it's only a very limited
FOMO.
number, yeah, you got
Mm.
that fear of I'm going to miss it. And I don't regret it. I love it. I love ceramic. I love that watch. Yeah, I'm getting the music. Getting the music.
What
Um,
music? I don't hear anything.
I didn't hear
it's
anything.
just me. It's just
I
me.
didn't hear
It's in my
anything.
heart. It's in
Oh
my
yeah, I didn't
docs.
hear
The heart
anything.
is so full. Yeah. Um, but I really am gonna, I'm gonna kind of be real patient. I think is the thing right now, um, because I don't think it's bottomed out yet. So if there's something you're
No,
eyeing, what I would suggest is keep your eye on it, unless it's
hold out.
something that's, yeah, hold out. They're not probably not
Yep.
going to be flying off like they have been the last 2 years.
Mm,
You
Yep.
know, watches were just getting snatched up. There was competition for a lot of watches, and I think there's going to be a lot less competition. And I think people are going to be more inclined to give bigger discounts the further into this we get. So my
hmm
thing would just be, take it slow.
It'll
Yeah,
be
and
interesting.
also, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go.
Also, if you're thinking about selling now to get out while before it gets worse, I would say look at your collection and see what you can buy back later. Like if it's something
Mm.
like a Seamaster 300, then yeah, you can. There's a million of those. You can buy those all the time, either used or new. But if it's something like your Doxa, which is one of 100, and you're like, I don't know if I should sell this or not, I'd be like, keep it, because you won't be able to buy that again, like in a year or two. Like it'll be hard to find.
Hmm.
I think it'll be interesting. Like ADs have gotten in the past year, especially, really with pressure from the brands to limit or discontinue discounts. So it'll be interesting to see if
mm,
they start
mhm,
breaking on that. I'm also interested to see, you mentioned, you had to act quickly to get that doxa. So these limited releases, these collaboration pieces, 50, 100 pieces, 200 pieces that are getting snatched up in seconds or minutes or hours. I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing those not quite sell out as quickly. Would people start being a little more careful, not just scooping up anything that's limited, which could be nice because I was getting a little sick of all those.
Yeah.
But it works, It
It
works.
has
It
been
does.
working. Will it continue, right?
Kevin's
Yeah.
saying get a mint Rolex 165570 when the prices come back down to earth, blacked out even cheaper. Yeah, Kevin's
nice.
been pounding the table on this particular one for a while, and
Which one is
I've
that?
actually
Explorer 2.
the Explorer 2, the 40 millimeter.
Yeah.
I actually saw a couple like where the prices were. I'm like, oh, that's a lot lower than it has been. I saw one for 7,000 today on Moda that maybe needed a little bit of, was a little rough. But I mean, I haven't seen 7,000 on a 5-digit Explorer 2 in a while. So that's interesting to see, especially since like a couple of years ago you can get them for 4. It's bananas, right? Those are the days, and
I'd love
it's
to get one
probably
at 4.
what was that?
I'd love to get one at 4. It's funny how like things
Yeah,
change, right? Back then it was
yeah,
like you just saw them at 4 and you let them go.
yeah, and and I like them better than the 6-digit. I got to be honest with you. I like
Do
those
you?
5 digits a lot better. Yeah.
I get it.
So let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Clayton says he calls his sermon. He hates the Starbucks coffee. LOL.
Yeah.
I hate the name Starbucks for that watch. Whoever said that that's what it is, I don't like it.
Caliber says his AD said that he has a better chance getting a hot Invicta now. Caliber, you've been mistreated for too long from your AD, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. So I mean, any kind of particular strategy going forward?
I mean, my strategy, I don't think is changing. I mean, I'm kind of focused on a few different watches right now. Maybe they'll get a little easier to get. Although I am interested to see, if there's a few things like maybe Longa comes down in price. Like
Mhm.
could you get a Longa
No.
one again in the
No.
mid 20s? Why not?
No, I think it's only going to really affect the like entry level and mid tier, like under
You really think so?
$10,000 stuff. Yeah,
Why?
like because the uber rich stay uber rich. Like
Yeah, but
they have so many VIPs, it doesn't matter.
no, but you could buy a Longa one for like 25, low 20s, mid 20s
Yeah.
when COVID
Yeah.
started.
Right.
Like that's only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And same with like a Brigade. Could you get a Brigade Tradition for cheaper? So I'm kind of keeping my eye to see like if there's some really good deals on those. But other than that,
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with my collection right now. I actually like looking at the watch box and going like, yeah, it's all pretty good.
Yeah.
So not really planning on selling anything.
Hmm.
I have like one thing for sale, but if it doesn't sell, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lesser expensive watch, so no big deal. But yeah, I'm kind of interested. Look, it'd be nice to see some bargains.
Yeah. I mean, bargains compared to what we've been seeing in the last couple of years for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I say and what I do are not necessarily in line with each other, right? And I think we all know this, and I think I mean, we're all like that to a certain extent. So what I would say is I'm trying to take it easy and just letting everything, you know, fall into place, and see what it is, how things look in the next few months and the rest of the year, and then maybe pick my spots. There's a few watches that I'm looking at and I'm following closely. I'm trying not to get overwhelmed. Got some good advice today and just try to maybe stay, more focused. And I'm just overwhelmed, right? I'm just overwhelmed with everything and monochrome and Hodinkee and stuff like that coming out. And it's just like I want everything I see. So, but I'm just gonna wait and see and pick my spots and hopefully some of the watches that I'm looking at right now will go down a little bit more. I mean, if I see that Seamaster, that two-tone Seamaster go under 5, if I can get it under 5, and that's including with tax, if I have to pay tax, then I may pull a trigger on that. If I see a new Sapphire Sandwich and maybe pre-owned at a good price, maybe I know getting those new, you're not going to get too much of a deal anymore just because of some of the restrictions that Omega has put on their ADs and boutiques. Maybe that's a possibility for
I
me
think that's
too.
all BS. You
Yeah.
can still get a discount. Yeah, it's all BS. You can still get a discount.
Yeah, well, I mean, I look, I think I'm totally this, Dan. I went to the Omega boutique a couple weeks ago, and I asked them, if there's anything we could do with pricing in regards to some of the watches. I was taking a look at it, and he was like, I'll tell you this because you asked. The answer is yes and no, and with the Moon watch, it's zero discount at the boutique, and he got that. That was a directive from up high in Omega. But everything else, is we can talk, he said. So right now, I mean, I'm sure maybe it's a different story if you go to an Omega AD,
Probably.
but at the boutique, there's no discounts on that watch. So
Omega did shrink the margins on the ADs, from what I heard. So
Yeah.
they got 10% less to work with.
Right. So Omega is a brand that I'm want to add. Want to experience. I really haven't much experience with that, so that'll be on my phone. That'll be on my radar. So I'm not gonna try to buy every watch. But anyway, I got a Seiko coming in the next day or two that hopefully will hit me right here for a little while, and I could just survive for a few days before I want the next watch or hours. Anyway, guys, great episode tonight. Really appreciate everyone's take on it, and it's almost like kind of therapeutic discussing this kind of stuff with you. Chat, really appreciate you guys chiming in and the great conversations. Dan, anything coming up in the next? You going any kind of watch stuff? Any get-togethers, red bars? No, nothing for you.
Nothing
Okay.
planned.
Movies.
No.
Chaz, what about you? What do you got?
Just hoping the A team gets back here. We want Marcus and Amin get back in soon. So, but great to be with you guys, and looking forward to what's coming.
Yeah.
What's ahead?
Colin, are you out of the playoffs? Or the playoffs started? Or
playoffs started. My team was last, and earlier tonight we won the first overall pick in the draft lottery. So it's not all bad news. We get to pick first. So
yeah. All right, man. All right.
So
Good
I'll
stuff.
take it.
Yeah, I didn't follow hockey at all this year. Don't know why. Watches. Anyway, guys, have a good one. We'll see you next week. Maybe we'll do another stream at the end of this week. Who knows? But if not, I'll see you next Tuesday. Good night, everyone. Take care.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.